Yes, a very bad effect. I mean, I said earlier in this interview that I thought we'd lived through an age of hyper-liberalism. One of the aspects of that is that in this culture we now live, people are encouraged to find themselves, express themselves, be your best self. It's all about the sovereign individual. The idea that you, I, all of us can construct our own moral universe from scratch. I don't believe that. As it happens, I'm a Catholic. I was brought up a Catholic, and I have tried in my life to be a good Catholic. I'm sure I haven't been, actually. I've often failed. But the point about the teachings of the Catholic Church, one is that they are a tradition of moral thought stretching back for more than 2,000 years. These are tried and tested precepts about how people should live a good life. And the golden rule, so-called, the idea that the two important commandments, love God and your neighbour as yourself. Okay, imagine for a moment, just imagine, suppose everybody in the world loved their neighbour as themselves. We would have heaven on earth. So if everybody put the other guy first, if everyone was selfless and did everything they could for their brother man, well, we would have a wonderful world. Now, we're never going to get there on this earth. I know that, because we're all selfish, me no less than anybody else. But that teaching, the idea that it's not all about you, it's not all about me, it's about us, and it is about acknowledging our frailties and our weaknesses and working for the common good, and doing so in a moral framework which is clear and unambiguous. So, for instance, this question of family breakdown, which I mentioned, I'm a great believer in, I think the family is, healthy families are the bedrock of a healthy society. Without healthy, thriving families, you won't have a healthy, thriving society. And this society now, in the past 50 years, has taken a nosedive in these terms. There are now so many fatherless families, broken homes. Now, I'm not saying, and I am certainly not condemning anybody when I say this, but the ideal situation to raise children is in a stable family with a mother and a father, male and female. And I think that anybody who feels that we have stumbled on another answer in the last 50 years is kidding themselves. Actually, the unstable families are perilous for children and lead to unhappiness and often, abuse and very wicked things happen to children under those circumstances. Now, traditional, conventional, orthodox Christian teaching says you marry your wife or you marry your husband and you stick with them. And it's not easy, nobody says it's easy. And there will be difficulties, and sometimes relationships break down. I get that, absolutely. And that, there will never be a situation where everybody has a happy family life. I understand that. That's just the way it is. But what we should strive for and what we should encourage in society is a return to the idea that stable families are worth having and should be, and legislation should help that, I mean, that is one aspect of moral teaching where I think we've gone badly astray.